thanks for life and Almighty life giver. Coming live shortly, definitely we will give thanks for this divine opportunity to be live with you, praying and fasting in the wilderness. Give thanks for life.
Your phone in the shot, eh?
Hmm?
Your phone in the shot. I know you there, you in the pocket.
Bring back some more.
Yeah.
Good, right?
Yeah, man. And continue my conversation.
Rastafari, give thanks.
And bring the case you are there.
Oh, I think,
You
yeah.
put at the top. Okay, alright. Alright, bless.
Yeah, man, give thanks. Blessed love, give thanks for life and Almighty life giver, Jah, Rastafari. My good? Stand by. Give thanks for all those of you who are live on OWU 3.0. Give thanks, my beloved brother. I pray everything is going magical with the eye. Magical Empress. Give thanks, God bless. Give thanks. Give thanks for all those of you who are with us here. Give thanks. Give thanks for all those of you on YouTube also. We give thanks as we are definitely getting ready to go live.
Excellent.
Livity. Give thanks. Give thanks, Rahim Hashan. Give thanks. Woman and woman home said greetings. Give thanks. Yes, we definitely give thanks for life and Almighty life giver, and give thanks for this wonderful Tuesday evening. And we do give thanks for the opportunity to be live with you once more. Live in St. Lucia as we are live on Helen Television System. And definitely, you know, we are also live on YouTube and live on Instagram. Give thanks for all those people who definitely is here with us, and this evening we're going to have a wonderful moment as we're going to go into the the things that growing up, you know, basically that, you know, we refer to as taboo, you know, and the things that growing up that as a people that would have been scorned for, and people would look at you a type of a way for. These are the things presently, right now, in the realms that we are living in this moment of so much truths. And well, I mean, you have lots of content, you have lots of information, and you have lots of inflammation, you know, and then you have lots of truths there, but like everything is buried in a whole puddle of plenty and plenty of plenty and plenty and plenty of things outside there. Yes, within the means of all that, there is plenty of knowledge, and I must say that in the time that we are living right now, in the epoch that we are living right now, right, it is a time whereby people in general have become a lot more enlightened. And probably 5 years ago, you know, even 3 years ago, or 5 years, a decade ago, you know, most of our conversations, the most times we would be on TV or on radio or on YouTube or Instagram. I mean, whatever that we would have been doing, definitely we'd have been more talking about the herbs and how to use that herb to do this, and diabetes and high blood pressure and cancer and all these different type of things, and all that information is there already, you know. So all you have to do basically is, because we've been at this for a long time. So even if, I mean, you hear a lot of people now talking about healthy living and doing all these type of things and all these different things that people are doing nowadays. We have been in this for a long time. So when you talk about about you, our YouTube channel probably is what I mean. Our YouTube channel, probably our YouTube channel came into effect 2005, 2006. You know, so we would have videos on YouTube all that time, like 2006, 2007, 2000, you know, so it's over a decade. You know, we have been ministering these particular words when it comes to the whole realms of actually encouraging people to actually live well, you know, and within that time, I mean, plenty of things have manifested, and there have been that general positive attitude, much more positive attitude to even eating and drinking healthy and all them type of things there. Before, everybody used to laugh at you, you know. Everybody would laugh at you, you know. Everybody would laugh at you just because you say you don't eat meat, you know, or you don't drink pipe water, or you know. So but now everyone is drinking pipe water, everyone is in their incenses, and everyone is burning this, and everyone is moon this, and everyone is this and that. And there was a point in time, because this is our culture, our tradition here in St. Lucia. You know, in St. Lucia, it is our tradition. I remember growing up as a very young man, young, like as baby coming up, and my grandmother would always be, you know, I remember growing up and burning your lanson. You know what they call lanson? Lanson, you know what lanson is? Of course, you know what lanson is. An incense. It's an incense that is indigenous to countries like Saint Lucia, right? So it is one of the plants that grows in the rainforest, and also this is a plant that grows up in Mount Kailash. It's a plant called Nasan, and that is a herb that the tree, that ancient time, from time immemorial, even when the Catholic Church actually came into Saint Lucia, when the priest and them of the Catholic Church actually came into Saint Lucia, they actually began even using that same incense, what we call locally the l'encens, to actually use it in their little I don't know what they call it, but they would say it's a chalice, but you know what the Rastafari call a chalice, right? And then they go and then they shake it as they're moving along, and you know, and they use the incense in that manner, right? So it is important that we understand that the incense, that the l'encens that we were using in Saint Lucia, it wasn't brought to us by the Catholic Church. No, the Catholic Church actually came. You know, the people saw the priests and them of the Catholic Church came, and they saw, yeah, man, that is a good incense. You know, it's like a, you know, frankincense and myrrh. Oh, it's like a certain ball. Yes, of course. And then they took and they used it, and even, I mean, they use it in the church, right? And even our ancestors, our grandmothers, our great grandmothers, that is an incense that they always burn in the house. You know. So, and then when it is that in ancient time, I'm talking about in times before, you know, let's say about a decade ago, right? 5 years ago, even as close as 5 years ago, even presently, there are still people now presently in the time that we are living, that you burn an incense, you know, and you take a little coal pot and you burn a little lamp, and you smoke out your place and thing, and they say, oh God, fire, me say shake, or me say cafe this, or me say, I mean, that's what they would say. People would say, boy, all type of thing, we must be working some kind of witchcraft, and now, I mean, okay, I mean, this is what our grandmothers, our great grandmothers grew up doing. People used to do these things there. I mean, that was a common thing. It's common, very common. I mean, every person that grows up in the countryside, every single person that grows up in the countryside. I'm not talking about frankincense, you know, but I'm talking about the l'encens. It's indigenous to here in Saint Lucia, right? And then that in its essence, right? Everyone grew up burning this in their house, yet still, for some kind of reason, then some people used to associate that with some type of of satanic kind of ritual and some type of vibes and thing. What I'm saying now is this now. Right now we are in a time, in a generation whereby the 17-year-olds, the 18-year-olds, the 19-year-olds, the 20-year-olds, the 21-year-olds, the 25-year-olds, the 40-year-olds, right? The 45-year-olds, most of these generations are sage burning generations. Not for them youths, right? They come and they burn in the sage, they burn the sage in the house, and then the mother's house, and they burn in the sage, right? So, and the sage that they are burning the sage because they say they want to purify the space, right? And the sage that they are burning is a sage that they have imported from a country and brought into St. Lucia, and they are burning this sage all in the house and burning it, right? Plenty people, man. I mean, of course, you can wait. Of course, I'm sure your son or daughter is doing it right at home right now, and they have the crystals in the corner, and they have the altar and all these different type of things. I'm sure about right now. I'm talking about right now. Plenty homes in St. Lucia have young people that actually burn sage, 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 in their house, and they have crystals, right? They have little crystals, and they say, "Oh boy, please my crystals, and that crystal, da, 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 da." And I'm talking about doing this a little time ago. When you're talking about Lancer and all these different little things that would have been considered witchcraft. But I'm telling you, that's the truth. That's the whole truth. Nothing but the truth. But we feel comfortable then. That you would import sage and burn it in your house. Yet still, the ancient principle that actually belongs to us, the things that we grew up doing and saw our great grandmothers doing, and the things that actually, I would say, work. Okay? So then, like your feuille du vent, the feuille du vent, or what they call the guinea hen weed, or some people say the animal. Big homie big homie move say he has burned his animal also. Yes, animal, what they call the feuille du vent, or the gully root, du vent, or kojo root, or any of these names there. That is a herb that growing up, I'm just telling you, I grew up in Bonslag, Laboway, I'm just telling you, as a little baby growing up around people, growing up, I know that the feuille du vent, they used to say, well, feuille du vent, si un moun maro, just prend bien ça. I grew up hearing, I'm telling you, I didn't make this up, it's not like I didn't make this up. I grew up hearing that if it is that somebody do you something, a man have you tied up, or a woman have you tied up, you take the gully root, or the animal, or the feuille du vent, and you take a bath with that. And I grew up hearing that, my answer. You never heard that. That's why they call it feuille du vent, or du vent. Of course, but they call it feuille du vent, or du vent, or just because it was a herb that people used to put themselves forward, right? To free up themselves of all kind of hold on, as they would say. But I heard these things, that even I had an uncle who actually used to do in cockfighting, and the gully root was so potent that, when you take that feuille du vent, the roots of the feuille du vent, right? No, there's something called pupul in Creole, it's called pupul, and if your fowl have lice, but the feuille du vent, when you actually put that feuille du vent inside of there and in the fowl coop or whatever it is, you can't get no lice and none of them type of thing there. So you chase all them little creepers away and all them little things away, because it is a very potent plant. But I grew up seeing that. Come on. I grew up seeing that people boiling it and making tea and mopping up their house and cleaning their step with it, and all. I grew up seeing them type of things there. So nowadays, it is common sense. It's very popular and it's style and rather fashionable for people to do them same things there. But we have moved so far away from our culture That the culture that we grow right here, I mean, I'm talking about here in St. Lucia, you know. I'm talking about St. Lucia. I'm not talking about, okay, even if we have people from all around the world watching us right now, you know, Akim Pierre, give thanks, Honorable. African Father in America, give thanks. Lana Mela, give thanks. Louis Allen, give thanks. Dion Redwood, Blessed Love, Honorable. Melanated, give thanks. Deep Red Canals, give thanks. I bet niggas, give thanks. Hippodemus, give thanks. You know, I mean, definitely when you bless us, just say where you are actually blessing up from. So at least, you know, we could just let the people know exactly where it is that you are blessing up from. Because definitely we are talking about our traditions in St. Lucia. What our elders used to do with us for years. Right? And I'm talking about things that they used to do with us, and some people used to stigmatize it. And now these same things have become like traditions. You know, and instead of our children that have been growing around us, right? Our children who have been growing around us, instead of they now gravitating to what our culture was, what we learned from our ancestors, right? Understanding that what we learned from our ancestors was something that was sacred, something that was holy, something that's supposed to be actually passed on, right? That we actually push it away under the carpet and sweep it underneath the carpet, and then now sage come in the picture now. So you forget about, also you can burn the sage, but you cannot burn the l'encens. When the l'encens in it, I mean the l'encens is a high plant. I mean I would burn my l'encens a million times before I burn a little sage, you know. The l'encens, of course, of course. I will burn a feuille du vent a million times before I burn that little sage. I'm telling you, I'm just telling you, I'll burn my animal, you know, my gully root, my feuille du vent. I mean, you could go on Amazon now, you know, and you could buy your sage just to burn, you know, in your thing, and buy your crystals. I mean, you could do that. So why is it that what our ancestors taught us, the things that we grew up learning right here in St. Lucia? I'm repeating St. Lucia, you know, because we have people that's watching us from different aspects. Yes, we are live on TV in St. Lucia, but we have different people from different countries that's streaming with us in different countries around the world, on YouTube and on Instagram. So I'm just repeating that. Okay, let me say, okay, I'm Dion Redwood. I mean, from Canada. I mean, I see you retract your message, but I see. Okay, all right. Christian, I'm from Barbados. Give thanks. Deep Rooted Canals, give thanks. Raleigh from North Carolina. Michigan, Boston. Michael Bach from Boston. Woman Homestead, Michigan. Blissful Evening, Hartford, Connecticut, USA. If I really cannot pronounce the words properly, forgive me. You know, I'm not English. You know, I'm just checking it out. From Argentina, Buenos Aires. I don't know how you pronounce these things. You know, I'm not even from the world. You know, I'm from some other place. Must be Trinidad and Tobago, London. Give thanks, blessed love for everyone that is with us. Definitely Jamaica. Give thanks. From Florida and everyone who is with us. I mean, definitely, we just send kids, give thanks. New Jersey, give thanks. I don't know what that flag is, sister. I mean, you have to tell me what the flag is. I don't know what the flag is. You have to tell me. My geography is not Toronto. Give thanks. My geography is not like 100% like anyone, like everyone else's. You know, so forgive me. So definitely, so give thanks for all those people who are in house with us, and we glorify Panama. Give thanks to everyone everywhere, New York. Give thanks everyone everywhere that is with us. We do glorify, and then we give thanks for this divine opportunity as we are just going through a trajectory whereby we are looking at our ancient, okay, Germany, give thanks, our ancient traditions from our people, that ancient tradition that even we in St. Lucia, because wherever you are, if it is that you grew up in Jamaica, there were things that your foreparents used to do in Jamaica growing up. That was part of your traditions. I know that the people from Panama, there were things that their grandparents used to do growing up as part of their ancestral traditions, to clear their space, to clean their house, right, to honor the ancestors, all these different type of things. from St. Kitts, from wherever you are, from Trinidad, I am sure that there are things that the ancestors did to actually, you know, help you to be balanced in your spiritual being, your spiritual self. And because we have actually pushed that knowledge away, a lot of the knowledge that we are actually gravitating to, it is not really the authentic, genuine, 100% knowledge that we really supposed to actually be holding on to. We are really holding on to something that someone tell us, but what was taught to us over centuries, thousands of years, we became ashamed of it. Yeah, you became ashamed of it. Yeah, you became ashamed of it. What your great grandmother taught you, what my grandmother taught me, if I did not gravitate or acknowledge or loved and honored the knowledge I got from my grandmother, everything that I have taught for the past 20 years. My work has been for about 20 years, right? Everything that I have actually taught for the past 20 years. Because I'm 43, you know, I have nothing to hide. I'm 43. You know, most of my youth, you know, was spent traveling all around the world and giving lectures about health. I'm telling you, I'm 43. Most of my time, that's what it has been. You could go on, you could look at most of my time, that's what it has been. So I'm telling you, so if it is that I did not gravitate to that knowledge that my grandmother actually taught me, right? How then would I have been able to actually give forth that knowledge to people today? It would be it would be impossible. So when it is that the knowledge from our foreparents, our ancestors, when it is that we become ashamed of it, we are afraid to hold on to it, other people would monetize their culture and sell it to you. So, okay, sage does grow in St. Lucia. How much do you have sage growing in St. Lucia? Of course, I have some little sage growing, but the type of sage that they have growing and the sage that you are, no, mine don't grow. There are different types of sage that grow in St. Lucia. So if you really understand the essence of why it is not just the fact that you are burning this or you are burning that, but you understand the essence, the reasons why you are doing it, then more than likely you'd sit and go down into your ancestral DNA, find out exactly what the people within your space was doing in that particular geographic location, right? 50, 100 years ago, then you'd learn something more authentic, more genuine. And it's not something that you have to import, right? More than likely it's right around you, right? And that is the whole foundation of herbal medicine, right? Understanding that what you need more than likely is growing in the bush, someplace right around you, right? So we grew up in St. Lucia, right? Knowing that there are herbs that you could boil and you could use to wash your house, to cleanse the space. We grew up knowing that. We grew up knowing that you could take the lancin and burn it in a little coal pot. They even built small little coal pots just for that. Why they have the small coal pots that are selling in the markets? Okay, tell me why we have these small coal pots that they are selling in the market. Okay, to do what? To cook dashing and chicken and things? No. That's to burn the incense. Yeah. So you should gravitate to that culture, right? It's because of the importance of that knowledge. I see that we had lost a little connection there. So all those people who from East Africa, Eritrea, and Maryland, USA, and all all the people who you see, we have people from all around the place. So we're going to open up the lines and we're going to take some calls, and I want even the people to actually just let us know exactly what is it that that they themselves know, and the things that it is that that they would want to actually share to the people. So anyone who has any questions, they could call on the line specifically for those people in St. Lucia. We have the lines that you could actually call on, and you will be live. I'll hear your questions right there in my ears. Those people who would want to ask a question on YouTube or on Instagram, you could just type your question, and definitely we will get to that. Right? So we had a little intercession in our signal there, so we lost a couple of things. Okay, all right. So it's my understanding that you're not supposed to buy sage; it should be given to you. You see all that, Yeah, I mean, if you know that, brother, I mean, you see, I grew up with a sage tree. We used to take take the back of the tree and burn it. Yeah, I mean, okay, give thanks. Yeah, man. That's Hippodemus that says that. The herbal manual, the matrix of herbal medicine. Okay, Rahim, give thanks. Right? Why didn't bring some plants on the show and pass on the knowledge so we could know the plants? Nah, man, they're already saying things. I mean, after I'm speaking, not even saying give thanks, I mean, I should have bring some herbs on. Come on, man. Come to pay a plane ticket and come to St. Lucia if you're not in St. Lucia, and come in the herbal garden and see the plants. You're not going to see a plant on the telly or on YouTube, and no, we don't do that at all. You come to St. Lucia, all right, and get it. All right, give thanks. All right, you should. Oh, he still said I should be showing the plants. Wait, I have a book called the Herbal Manual. All you do, you just buy that book, and definitely, you could deliver. Just order the book. Order the book. Good evening, blessed love. Give thanks. Listening in Macon, Georgia. Give thanks. So the number is on. Those people in St. Lucia could give us a call. 175-8452-2693. The WhatsApp is text only. Please don't ring the phone. WhatsApp is text only. Blessed love, give thanks, honorable Amubeni. Right? Give thanks. So those of you who have a call, just give us a call definitely, and let us know of your knowledge of what used to all the things that people are ashamed about. I'm sure right here in St. Lucia you could let us know what are some of the ancient practices that our people used to do. Yes, caller, blessed. Yes? Yeah, my brother, I'm hearing you. Go ahead. The benefits from the Faiduan. Okay, right, give thanks. I'll answer that. Your TV is a bit louder, so you could just hang up and answer, and you can listen to the TV. Yeah, so what the brother is asking is the benefits of the Faiduvan and the Anamu. I mean, for on normal terms, like just on normal terms, the roots of the Faiduvan is one of the most potent treatments for prostate cancer. In fact, there are people there's a doctor in Jamaica who have actually patented a formula using the guinea hen wheat, they call it in Jamaica, the Faiduvan. He has a patented formula with it whereby he actually uses it in his prostate cancer treatment. There are actually papers actually published about that. Right, so for prostate cancer, basically as an aphrodisiac, that means that it helps with an erection. Also very rich in sulfur, so it's excellent for people with diabetes, helps to regulate the blood sugar levels. And definitely, as you said, it helps to clear the space, so you could burn it, you could use it to wash your home, you could bathe with it, and use it in that manner. Yes, caller, blessed. Okay, I think we lost that caller. I think we lost that caller. Come on, man. If you're going to call, make sure you top up your phone properly. You don't have to be like rushing, calling, and then you're trying to say everything so fast just because you don't want your credit to turn on you. Yes, caller, blessed. Yes, blessed. Your TV is very loud, so turn down the volume there, please. The echo is horrible. I could hardly hear what you're saying. Turn down the TV, please. Echo is horrible. Yeah, just listen for the phone. Yeah, go ahead. I'm hearing you. I didn't get that. It's breaking up very bad. The herbal book. Yeah, it's available at Livity on Jeremy Street. 110. Yeah, bless it. Yeah. So when you call, please, when you call in, just please ensure that you have the volume of the television low, because when the what's that? When the TV volume is so high, I mean, definitely, I'm still hearing the echo in my ears. Right? So you have to ensure that when you call in, just ensure you turn down the TV volume and you listen in your phone. Don't try to listen on the TV. You listen on your phone. So if you want to call, you go in another room and then you call and you ask a question. I'll hear you. And you could speak to me. You don't have to hear it on the TV while you're speaking to me, trying to hear yourself. If you have pretty still, Ash, no, just speak in the phone. Alright? Give thanks, definitely. So we have any questions? Say, okay, for toothache, you could use clove, what they call G-Wof. The clove, you could just chew the clove and you could actually pass it on the area. It's very good for that. And you could also use periwinkle. You could chew the periwinkle or you could chew the neem, but the clove is very potent. Priest, what can I use for pregnancy sickness 24/7, not morning sickness? Well, you could try chewing ginger, right, and drink more of the red raspberry. This is like a very potent herb. You could use that. Just drink more of it probably every other day. 3 days are strong. You could use the red raspberry to be very nice for you, right? But you could use true ginger and basil and patchouli. These herbs that would help you. So just try to boost up your iron level also. It helps to balance that off. Okay? Give thanks. So any other questions you have, you could ask your questions right there on Instagram, or you could ask it on Facebook, or you could give us a call locally. How do you prepare blue vervine? Well, the blue vervine, specifically, if it is a dry herb, you could use about like a 3 tablespoons of the chopped dry herbs to a cup of hot water, and then you allow it to be infused in the water. You don't boil the blue vervine. You draw it, or you do an infusion with it, right? And that you could take it in the evening, or you could take it. It's a herb that can actually give you energy, but it's also a herb that's very relaxing. All right, so very rich in iron, and also it's a herb that helps with any problems of the mind because it has a dopamine-like substance. So it helps to give you that calming down substance. They call it blue vervine. They call it Veven Lachewat, right? Veven Lachewat, or what they call the blue vervine. You made recommendations for my son's asthma recently. No animal products, pure gold, and something else that I couldn't make out. Probably was the answer or the icon. What can you use for yeast infection? I mean, definitely with yeast infection, we must understand that the yeast is a fungus, meaning that the yeast literally, it's a parasite that grows in the area, wherever area. I mean, if the yeast is growing around the vaginal area, that means that you have a parasite, a fungus that's growing on the skin of the vagina. Okay? And then it would itch because of these waste materials, the secretions of that fungus itself, because the parasite, it's alive, it's living. And the reason why it's living, it's because it has a very good environment, meaning the place is warm or hot and clammy, right? And also it has a lot of food, and that food is sugar. Fungus love sugar. And most times when you have yeast infections, it also means that your immune system is compromised, or else you'd have fought that yeast infection very quickly. So what we recommend for that is basically consumption of a lot more water. Just consume a lot more water. Avoid all sweet foods, all carbs, for a 21-day period, and you starve the fungus. So you're not going to be eating plenty of bread every morning, and rice and potatoes. You're going to have lots of fresh salads, a little more complex carbs, lots of green juices, lots of fruit juices, right? All these things that you incorporate more of these things, the things that goes through the system, a lot more soluble and insoluble fiber. And then what you do now, you wear only cotton undergarments, right? 100% cotton, silk, or these type of garments there. You don't wear like polyester and elastic and them type of things there, or wear wholesome natural fabrics that's breathable, right? And also you avoid wearing too much tight clothes, right? So you allow the place to breathe. So at least, because fungus don't like to live in places where it's fresh and breezy and clean all the time, right? They rather live in places where it's sweaty and moist. Okay, so then you also could do like a yoni steam, and the yoni steam is something that is one of also the traditions that we actually grew up doing. As people, you grow up knowing that every time after a woman has gives birth, right, one of the things that she have to do is to sit over a basin of hot steam, a couple of days after, or 3 consecutive days, and I used to hear, even here in St. Lucia, I mean, people say, well, the nurses tell them don't do that and thing. Now everybody in the world is doing yoni steams. So because they call it yoni steam now, right, everybody is doing it, when it is something that we grew up doing right here every single day. Every single time a woman gives birth, after every menstrual cycle, it's a thing that the woman used to do to actually help to cleanse the womb after childbirth and after the menses. Yes, caller, blessed. Yeah, blessed. Yes, go ahead, bless. Yes. Yeah, because these things they represent the little spirit. Yeah, mosquito is a bad spirit. What is it good for? The man, better man. hmm They have another one. They have one they call Veven Kawaii. Yeah, yeah. Yellow flowers. Yeah, 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 yeah. Uh-huh. So you must drink the herb on a regular basis. hmm hmm Give thanks, my elder. Yeah, thank you very much for calling. I mean, your information was excellent. And as you say, it's the lancer, and the one you call in the Fairuf one is what they call the devil's horse whip. The one that have that all the prickles as the seed. When you pull it, it actually sticks on the. Okay, all right. The man, better man. The man, better man. Okay. Thank you very much, Elder, for the knowledge. I mean, blessed love. Yeah, love. So I mean, give thanks for the Elder who just called. For those people on YouTube and Instagram, you didn't really hear what she was saying, because I mean, we are live on TV, and when the call comes, I'm hearing it in my little episode. So she was talking about also what they use with the lance and the incense was the feuille du vent, which is the anamu, And also they use another herb called the man better man, right, which is also an aphrodisiac herb, but it's a herb that is an erectile plant, right, and then as to burn, to cleanse the space, and also to chase out roaches and mosquitoes and all them different type of things. And she was talking about the Faven Kawib, which is a different type of vervine. You have the blue vervine with the purple flower, and you have the vervine with the white flower, and you still have a Veven Kawib, they call it, that actually runs, and it has a yellow flower. And she was talking about the utilization of that for the treatment of diabetes, that she has had personal successes with that. And also she was just telling people to ensure that they use the herbs the way that they would utilize the pills and the tablets. Drink it continuously instead of just taking it for once and then believe that they want to have miracles one time. Give thanks. Yes, caller, blessed. Yes, bonsoir. Yeah. Well, I mean, you cannot just take CMOS and don't eat every. CMOS has lots of minerals, but CMOS is not something that you could just take alone. It is something that you have to use in a balance, just like everything else, right? So I would say, well, normally how I would use my CMOS, I don't really boil CMOS, right? I would just pour water over it and allow it to soak overnight. I think I gonfle, yeah, and then I take it like the bowl. I could cover it because you could cover it in a cool place. Even if you don't have a fridge, it'll last you 4 or 5 days, right? But if you put it in the fridge, it'll last you long. But I would make my amount for about 3 days and just cover it there. And when I'm doing my smoothies, just take 3 tablespoons or something and put in my smoothie and blend it. And if I did a cocoa tea, I could blend it with the coconut milk. You understand? Or I could do like just blend it and put a little coconut milk and a little bay leaf and a little star anise, and I do a little CMOS rich like hot, like what you got for like you do a cornmeal porridge or oats or something. So use it in that manner. So it's about being able to utilize the CMOS in a variety of ways, right? Not just because of what you hear people say, but just because you understand the benefits yourself. But then you also have to balance it off with the other foods that you need within your physical structure. Yeah, man, but I tell you, there is not one way because I use it as a rich edge. I do a smoothie. It's just that I don't boil it, I just soak it, right? And then, well, I mean, the more you boil things, the more it changes. Heat does actually change stuff, right? So the more alive you could get something, the better for you. So the more alive it is, the better it. Yeah, soak it and blend it. Yeah. Yeah, you could blend it. Yeah, I say for my smoothies, after it's soaked, it'll form like a gel, right? When I'm doing a smoothie, I just take it, man, put it in the blender, put whatever I put it in it, right? And then yeah, I just blend my CMOS with cocoa sticks. If you want to make like a chocolate drink, I'll take the normal cocoa stick, our cocoa stick, the take a cocoa, right, and put a piece in the blender with my CMOS and my coconut milk and my bay leaf and my thing, and yeah, man, yeah, there you have a chocolate CMOS. Yeah. Love, man. Give thanks, Rastafari. Yeah, so those of you on Instagram who have questions, blessed love, heart of love, nigga Skya, give thanks, greater wisdom, praise God, give thanks. Akim Pierre showed me about you. I'm thankful. Give thanks, King Brother, give thanks. That's Crystalline. Give thanks, Jason. What herbs are good for anemia and for kidneys? Well, I mean, for anemia, if you have kidney problem and you have anemia, you could use the stinging nettle, right? And also the red raspberry helps to boost up. But I mean, if you have kidney problem, if you have anemia and you have kidney problem, that you have to probably go and get a kidney exam done, because when you already have anemia, probably your potassium levels are already sky high. Also, you have to check yourself. What do you for what's on the neck? Use the milk of the pawpaw. It contains lots of enzymes. The pawpaw milk, that would be good. So, love, do you have black seed oil? I don't sell black seed oil. Do you know about good herbs or supplements for someone with diabetes and or high blood pressure? Yes, we do. Honorable, just go to prescalash.com and just contact us and we'll be able to assist you specifically give thanks for all those of you who are live with us here on Instagram, on YouTube, and also those people also in St. Lucia. What are good to aid a low white blood cell count? I mean, consume a lot more bitter herbs, right? The more bitter herbs that you consume, it helps to stimulate the immune system, help to boost up your white blood count, right? Drink lots of green juices, more exercise, right? Helps to make your blood more alkaline, so at least your white blood cells could actually strive. Curvin Paul, my wife breastfeed up to 8 months. That's true. Wow. What is the best food to eat for weight loss? You could use bladderwrack and sea moss. These two things would help to uplift the metabolic rate, help to burn some weight. Can I give my 12-year-old daughter the pure gold, and how much of it? You could give it to your 12-year-old daughter the pure gold. Yeah, I give it to my little baby. Corey Edwards, greetings family, truth, love, life, and light, praises to the most high, yeah, hallelujah. Oh, give thanks, my beloved brother Selena. What herbs is best used to cleanse your body without giving you a belly gripe? Vervine, okay, you could pound the vervine and squeeze the juice out and drink it. It will give you a good cleanse. All right. How do you lower potassium? If you have all them things there, brother, I mean, you're talking about end stage kidney disease, so you'd have to actually book a consultation so at least you could even begin to discuss that. When you say anemia and you also say anemia and then you say kidney, that you're talking about end stage kidney disease, right? So you have to be very careful. So like I was telling you what to do over the air, you contact us privately. How long I store my CMOS gel in fridge? It's up to you, but just make enough. You don't make the thing to live there for a whole month, right? If your CMOS gel is there for 3 days, that's good. Yeah. Yes, I do sell CMOS and bladderwrack capsules. All right. Honorable, I am a mother with young children, and I find the first feast of the day a challenge, and also not sure what herbs I could give them. Well, the cocoa tea is very good. Cocoa tea, it's a kind of it's a local thing we have here in St. Lucia. I don't know where you're contacting from, but what we does do is that we just use the cocoa tea, and then we just also use what they call macambu, platano bulo. Yeah, we just use that type of banana. We just blend it, right, and then we just blend it with coconut milk and stuff and organize it and boil it down. We use the CMOS recharge, and we sometimes we do some fresh salads, so it's all about taking that time out and being creative for the children, so at the end of the day, it's not just about doing one thing. There are plenty things. If you're in the UK, you have plenty options, right? Plenty options if you're in the UK, right? You could do, okay, basically I'll tell you, CMOS recharge for the children helps them to build them very strong bones. All right. Also, you could do like fresh salads. Like you take your lettuce, cherry, tomatoes. You could utilize that, and you could do some nice spelt biscuits. You could just, biscuits natural. Your own. I'm not talking about buying some biscuits somewhere. Your own biscuits. Just be creative for the children. And the UK have a lot of healthy foods. I know that. All right. Give thanks. Bam bam bam. Or you could just contact us. Basically, honorable. We'll actually see how we could assist you privately. Let me see how our time stands. Okay, we have about 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes basically to take your questions and to answer your calls. 451-758-452-2693. That is 1758-452-2693. Those of you wherever in the world you are, if you want to call, right, definitely you could give us a call also on the international number. So the number is 1758-452-2693. If it is that you want to actually ask a question, you could do that. My mom has a hip replacement, but she might get it removed. Do you think it's possible for her to her hip bone to grow back? Man, if she replaced the hip, man, I mean, I don't even know how bad that is really. I can't answer that question like that. I really need to get more scientific details. All right. Just give me a link up prescalers.com. What is good for polycystic ovarian syndrome? I mean, for PCOS, we have a 21-day program for that. You have to contact us privately. info@prescalers.com. Send us an email. info@prescalers.com. Do you know any herbs good for repelling fleas in pets like dogs and livestock? As we said earlier on, the guinea hen weed or the animal, very good. Okay, I think we lost the caller. Do you know any herbs? Priest, did you see my breastfeeding question? I don't think so. Let me see. Priest, did you grow up seeing women? Yes, go ahead, caller. Blessed. Yeah, blessed. Go ahead. I'm listening. Yes. Stop listening to yourself on the TV. Listen to yourself in the phone. Yes, I've heard of Wakayan. What's your question, brother? What's your question, brother? Well, Wakayan is really a blood cleanser. It's something that our ancestors used to cleanse their blood, right, and remove inflammation. So it's something that you drink for a period for 7 days, even as a cooling also. Alright, people, let's put it in white rum and thing. They say it helps with all type of thing, but it's basically a cleanser, right? Something to help with. It's an anti-inflammatory. Okay. All right, you're welcome, my brother. Bless you. Yes, the neem oil is also good as a good thing. All right, definitely. We have about 10 more minutes to go. Any other questions? Any other questions that we might have? Give thanks for all those. Good evening, sir. Good night. You said nothing about the use of CMOS is something else for weight loss. What I'm saying is that for weight loss, it's the bladderwrack. You could use it in bladderwrack. Okay, it's a sea vegetable. Yes, caller, blessed. Yes, my sister. For stones? Yes, if not. Gallbladder stones, you could use what they call a Guenabafay. Right? What they call a Guenabafay, seed on the leaf. That's very good. The Guenabafay, the seed on the leaf. And what also they call the king of the forest, or what they call the cassia alata. You could use that, in combination. Gallbladder stones. Okay? Alright. You see how people just call and ask them big $5,000 question, and then these are $5,000 questions, What to remove gallbladder stones, So, yes, caller, blessed. Blessed. Yeah, blessed love my sister. Right? Yeah, that's because you have other inflammation. So what you have to do is you take a cooling and then take a colon cleanse. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like something normal to happen. When you drink the herbs, you get a rash because you have lots of inflammation, inflammation. So what you have to do, you should take about 7 days of a herb like king of the forest, what they call a cassia alata, or what they call a shine bush, right? 7 days of it, all right, drinking it as it's cold during the morning time, all right, and then after that time you take a colon cleanse to cleanse out yourself, all right, and see what happens. Is it possible to regrow teeth that has been extracted? I've never done it before, but if I do it one day, I'll be happy to share it with you. I'm grinding my sarsaparilla, burdock root, vervine, dandelion with elderberry flower in powder and taking it in capsules. Is that good? Yeah, that's relatively good. But probably I would leave out the elderberry flower. All these other things are good cleansing herbs. And I'd put the elderberry flower probably another mixture. All right. All right. Give thanks for all those of you who were live with us tonight. Yes, caller, blessed. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, yes, my brother, blessed, go ahead. Yeah, well, there are plenty of herbs to help to rebuild the heart, but I mean, um, yeah, there are, as I'm saying, that there are herbs that you could utilize to build back the heart after a heart attack. That would be your potassium. But anyway, would have to know how you get heart attack, what gives heart attack. If it's whatever the problem was, these things they will be very important. At least for us to know exactly what. But herbs like anything like you see, like what they call the zoti. The zoti has a lot of potassium in it. Your banana intake, your bladder rock, what they call the kelp. All these things they are high in minerals. Your sea moss, and I don't know how bad your heart attack was. So your level of exercise you have to watch. You have to do what you could handle, not just do. You have to do what you could handle. So we need a little bit more information from you to have a better understanding of how we could assist you, my brother. Alright, so it's not something that I will just tell you. You're around, you want to go and see prescaler say. Alright, so when you have a time, send us an email, info@prescalers.com, and we'll be happy to assist you. Can you store teas in fridge to drink? Yeah, give thanks, my brother. Bless it, love. Can you store teas in the fridge to drink cold? Nah, tea is not supposed to be stored in the fridge. Like when you take in a herb, when you take in something like, please stop calling the WhatsApp number. They have another number that's not for free. You like freeness too much, man. Call the other number. The WhatsApp is just for messages. Type the messages. No freeness. Alright? No freeness. Type the numbers. Definitely. Alright. So 2 more minutes. I'm getting so much knowledge and wisdom from the I give thanks, Honorable. Can I take CMOS every day? You can differently, but it's not something I tell you every day. Give a little time out for not take a break. Greetings, Honorable. Greetings, Honorable. What do you call nettle in St. Lucia? It's called stinging nettle, zoti. Are you aware of it? It grows in other islands like Barbados. Of course, it grows in Barbados. Yeah. Of course it grows in Barbados. Okay, caller, blessed. Final call for the night. Blessed love. Oh, blessed. Well, Zevapic is like a very bitter herb. It's bitter. It's very good to boost up the immune system. It's a herb you could just chew it and suck on the juice. It helps to destroy bacterial infections and viral infections also. But it's just an immune system enhancing herb. It's a bitter herb. It's bitter. Alright? You could drink it as a cooling also. Right? Or as or just as a tea. But it's basically a herb for boosting immune system, antibacterial and antiviral herb. Alright? That grows wild in St. Lucia. You don't know it? You have to come to the mountain and come and see. Alright? But it grows wild there. So anytime when you come up to the mountain, I'll show it to you. So at least you would know. Or probably I will one of my other programs I'll take some pictures of them and see how it could help you. Alright? You welcome. Have a blessed night, my sister. Blessed. So definitely we give thanks for all those of you who actually called, all those people on YouTube, those people on Instagram.